Welcome all. Mortality profit. Okay, let me write here. Mortality profit. The formula is expected death strain ADS minus actual death strain. What is death strain? Let me explain. A person will die either here or here or here or here. So somewhere there will be a strain to the company. Suppose person dies here, he must have paid premium 50, 100, whatever. Company has to pay large amount, 50,000. Suppose 5 lakhs company has to pay. But this guy must have paid 200 or 500, whatever, small amount. So this is called a strain to the company. So death strain is a 1-year concept. Suppose the person will not die here. It's not that company will not have a strain. Company will have strain somewhere, here, here, here. It's like I'll give you 10 problems to solve by tomorrow morning. So suppose you are not taking strain now, you have to take strain maybe at 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. or night 10 p.m. 1 hour you need to, definitely need to give yourself to solve. That time you will have a little bit strain. So death strain will come. So the 1 year is important. Which year you are finding death strain? For which year you are finding death strain? That's important. So what is death strain for a particular year? Suppose you are considering this year. If you are finding death strain this year, the person is fit and fine here. Either the person will die. If the person will die, obviously there will be strain. Company has to pay S. If the person will not die, then what will happen? Company survives. Then also work is not over. Company has to keep reserve for this guy here, so that in future, whenever this guy dies, company has to pay that amount. So here reserve. So either company will pay now, at the end of the year, or here company has to keep the reserve so that whenever he dies, they will pay. We're talking about one individual. Okay. So there are two cases. Just remember, do some problems and slowly you will get the idea. So actual death strain. So what is death strain here? You subtract S minus, this is a heavy amount, minus the reserve you keep here. That is the difference between surviving and dying. That is the death strain. Time is T plus 1. So this is called death strain. Even you can write if the person dies between T to T plus 1, I'm not extending, then only there will be death strain. Death strain at risk also is there. And if the person will not die during this interval, then there is no death strain, because we are talking about the interval T to T plus 1. If the person dies, then we are paying some amount. If the person who will not die, will not pay anything. So death strain is this part, the difference between these two. So when we say expected death strain, you have to write this way: the probability of dying each individual, NQ, now the age is X plus S, and here actual death strain, N into, say, suppose N people, they will die. For them, you have to do the same thing, S minus VT plus 1, S minus VT plus 1. I'm not going deep for this formula because anyway students ask doubt, they problem understanding this formula. So rather I would like you to see the problems and understand, and later you can develop more on this. Though this is a very simple formula, but it's logical. You need to spend some time. Maybe we'll discuss more about this formula next time. Okay. Even we'll add something more also. Now let's come to the problem. Another thing I would like to say before coming to the problem, remember, if it's a 1-year term insurance policy, 1 year, I'm talking about 1 year, 0 to 1, any age, there is no concept of reserve, because here reserve 0 anyway. Here also reserve, there will be no reserve because it's not continuing. Okay. So reserve, you will keep reserve for what? Because the policy already ended. the people they've taken. If the people will die, then pay something. If people will not die, then don't pay something. So there is no concept of reserve here. Why I'm talking about that? Because in this question, it says 89 people died, that is capital N. And how many policyholders are there? Sum assured is given 50,000, that is S. S here. What more? There is no reserve because it's a 1 year term assurance policy. It's only 1 year. Reserve is zero. Reserve is zero because it's a 1 year term assurance policy. 1 year term. 10,000 is there. We'll take care of that. 10,000 single premium 1 year term assurance policies. For each policy, there is a sum assured payable at the end of the year of death. If the policyholder dies during the year, the company assumes that the mortality will be 1%. Okay. So Q will be 1% here. Q is 0.01 here. For any age, it's 0.01. 0.01, 1%. N means actual number they will die. That is 100. What is N? The number of policyholders now. That is small n. So what is expected death strain? Let me write one by one here. This is EDS. This one is EDS. Let me write EDS here. Expected death strain. N is 10,000 into here 0.01. That is 100. So we expected 100 to die. Into there is a factor S minus VT plus 1. That also we need to write. Sum assured is 50,000. No reserve here. So if you see here, this is 100. 100 into 50,000. You should know how to apply the formula. That is important. Actual death strain. When you find actual death strain, the only thing you need to change is this term. This is 100. You expected that 100 will die, but how many died? 89. So according to your expectation, the class will be for 1 hour. Now the class is for 50 minutes, that way. So this is your expected death strain. This much strain you expected at the start of the year. But at the end of the year, you found that actually 89 people died during that year. It's 1 year term insurance policy only. So that year, 1 year, they're the same. Within 1 year, you thought 100 will die here using probability and QX plus 1. For every person, it's QX. Now, X plus S will come later, X plus T. Now, T is 0 anyway here. So Q is the probability and N is number of people. If you multiply, that will give you expected number of people they will die. 100 you thought they will die. Now 89 died. So obviously you will have some profit. Mortality, the profit is from mortality. That's why we say mortality profit. 89 into 50,000 you have to write. So if you want to learn logically, the 11 people they survived. For them you have profit. It's like you kept 1 hour for the class. Now that the class is for 50 minutes, 10 minutes you saved. That is what we are saying here. So we expected 100 to die, but 89 died. So that's how we have mortality profit. There is no reserve here. Reserve is 0. Remember, this is 1 year. When you go to another problem like this is over. Okay. If you go to another problem like this, you will be able to apply it. Mortality M92, interest rate 4%. That is the basis. Then 2005, 600 policies were still in force. During 2005, 3 policyholders died. Okay. So all information given, but it started in 1997. Remember? So we'll try to do during 2005. Okay. So you can count all this. I'll do it in 1 minute. Spend your time. We'll discuss more next time because it will require another class. This is very, very important. So we'll spend one more class. So let me write directly. Mortality profit, that is expected death strain minus actual death strain. Here, even I can take common. I need not write two things separately. I can write this way: N into Q X plus T into S minus VT plus 1. Why need to write twice? N is the number of policyholders they've given here, 600 something. I checked 600. Okay. We are not interested in the policyholder who were there at the start of the year. What happened is, the question is like this here. They said, okay, it started somewhere. Now that some years already passed, we don't know how many policyholders were here. Doesn't matter. It's not required because mortality profit is a 1 year concept. You target only that 1 year. We don't need to know after this, before this. But when that 1 year, on 1 January 1997, this is 1997, you count this way, 97 to 98, 99, 2 years, then 2000, 3 years, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So during 2005, that means 2005 to 2006, what happened? 600 policy, 3 died. Okay. But how many people were there? 600. So what is expected mortality? What you expected here? You, if this is 8, I'm not sure you count it properly. If this is 8 and this is 9, this is 2006. Okay. Then what will happen? We'll try to know how many people are surviving here. When the policy started, maybe there were many people. Now 8 years passed. Now here 600 people are surviving. So company is thinking regarding the death strain. Okay. So how will be the death strain? Company is thinking about that here. So if you see the probability here, okay, you have to multiply Q8, probability of dying here. I mean, age is required here. So 35. 35, if you count here, it will be 43. Okay. 43, 44. So Q43 according to age into 600. Okay. N into Qx plus 2 I have written. Okay. Minus N. Okay. Let me write here. Minus N into S minus Vt plus 1. So I wanted to take common actually. 600 Q43 minus N3 given. Okay. So we'll write only these two here. S sum assured. Sum assured will write here. Then reserve. Reserve you need to calculate now. Using reserve formula, you need to calculate and then you have to write sum assured. Now, reserve formula, let me write here. Then we'll go to sum assured. So, it's an endowment assurance policy. What will be the reserve? Okay, let me count here. V9, right? Let me change the ink here. V9, that will be equal to outgo minus income, APV of outgo minus APV of income. Outgo is 20,000. Directly I'm writing. The age is 44. You can write capital A, 1, top, whatever you want. I left V21. Okay. Minus. This is expected present value of outgo. Let me write expected present value of income as well. This will be P A due 44. You can check it. Okay. If you have any problem, you can ask me. You can do the calculation. Okay. You can put here V9. We'll discuss next time. And remember, sum assured is 0. You think on this also. We'll discuss next time. And then you write the answer. When I say sum assured, why sum assured is 0? That is what you need to think. The answer is, the final answer you can check. It will be something like 7850. Why sum assured is 0? Because this is something like this. We are interested this year. We are not interested in any year. Remember, whenever there is a mortality profit, they will always talk about 1 year. During 1 year, what happened? What you thought? What happened? That's all. What you thought here, and at the end of the year, you can count how many people died. Here, they've given 3. Okay, so the number of people you need here, the number of people really died, you need to know, but expected will not be N. A number of people are there. How many you expect they will die? That will be NQ x plus whatever is the age here. Age is x plus t. This is the expected number of people they will die at the start of the year. At the end of the year, you can count how many actually died. On that, you find death strain. Okay, that will be mortality profit. That's all. When you find death strain, you need to write this one. Summation will be given in the question. The only thing is either reserve is given or you need to find. So you need to find reserve here. In this question, I've taken S0 because this is a pure endowment. Pure endowment means if the person dies here, company, like all the person they died, company will not pay any benefit. This is a pure endowment. This is not a whole life policy or a term insurance policy. That's why I've taken S0. S is not the benefit here in mortality profit. In mortality profit, S means invariably it's death benefit. So there is no death benefit, so we've taken 0. In mortality, we always take R for survival benefit. We'll introduce this next time. Class is over for today. Thank you. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, you can go through. Next time, you can ask. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.